I am not getting paid for any of the brand that you'll see on this video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I have done a video. I don't remember, I think it was like a month ago that I did a video. Today is a very particular video. It's gonna be from studio, from my little tiny office, and from on location. And I'm gonna be testing my new lens, the 17-35 from Tamron, 2.8 DI OSD. I recently purchased this lens because on my previous videos you probably saw that I dropped my Nikon D750 on a lake and I got some water damage, but the lens popped up and broke. So I had to replace my wide angle lens, and after doing a lot of research and not going broke on my bank account, I decided to purchase the Tamron lens, which is a great lens for the price. I'll put the price right there. After doing, like I said, a lot of researches between the Nikon lens from the expensive line, the Nikon from the cheap line, and Tamron, I decided for Tamron. I never had issues with Tamron. I've been using Tamron all my life, and I'm super happy with the quality of the lens. One of the things that I like about this lens is water seal. It has an extra water seal rubber band here, so that's what I like about this. And for the price, it's not comparison. It's super sharp at f8, super lightweight. It's 520 grams, 1 pound and a quarter, I believe. It's super compact and fits amazing on my camera. So what I did, I decided to go to the local beach and try to show you why it's very important to use a wide angle lens, especially when you do seascape, especially when you do seascape photography. Of course, it's very important to have a wide angle lens when you do landscape photography, but I found it more interesting when I do seascape photography. And you'll see some of the explanation, I'll give it on my video, but I'll make, repeat it. It's like I can include a lot with a wide angle when I'm at the beach without leaving anything out of my scene. And one of the main reasons why I like to use wide angle lenses specifically when I do seascape photography is because I can get really low to the foreground, really close to my object, close, and use to my advantage of the distortion to create these images and objects that appear larger in the image, create this drama and this dimension. So that's one of the main reasons why I like to use it when I do seascape photography. So sometimes, for example, if I see a rock that is covered with sand and I see the wave coming and cover it, and I have an interesting background, I like to go really close to that rock, focusing on the rock as my main focus or my foreground focus, wait for a specific way to come into creating some leading lines to my my background, and probably the rock is not that big, but putting the lens and the camera very close to the angle, to the object, it can appear that it's huge, it is larger, and the distortion create, I don't know, a different perspective. So that's why I love to use a wide angle lens when I do seascape photography. Other things you have to pay attention is, like I said, distortion. So if you're gonna, if you're in your image, in the scene, you have some straight line like trees or lighthouses or something that is a straight line and is at the edge of the image, you have to pay attention to that because it tends to curve. So if you're gonna include something like that, like a stray builder and something with a wide angle lens, try to make sure that they put it center. You know, you have to pay attention to that. Sometimes if you have a tree on the scenery and the tree is right at the edge of like, let's pretend this is the frame and it's at the edge, it may curve in, you know, or get distorted. So that's why it's something you have to pay attention. Another thing with the wide angle is you have to pay attention if you're using filters, the vignetting on the sides. You know, you have to be very mindful of that. If you there's something that you want to include and you have to use all the way to 17 millimeter, and you may have some black vignetting from your filters, so you have to be careful on that. It's either step back so then you can crop later, or try to adjust your composition if you can, but be always mindful about that. And one more tip is with the wide angle lenses, when you get close to the ground, and once again, you know, you have these leading lines and subjects and objects that take you to another one in the background, you can focus stacking. Focus stacking here is your friend. So because not everything gonna be on focus. That's what we're gonna talk about probably on the video today. You know, so it's good to take a few shots on the different part of the scene, like the foreground, the background, and the midground. Foreground, midground, background, to say correctly, and take different photos like that, and then you compose and combine all those in Photoshop and to focus stacking and have everything sharp. And then you can also do some blend images if you want, like different, if you have water, for example, you can combine different shutter speed images to create one image. But I don't want to keep talking about a specific part of this. I just want to introduce my new lens to everybody else, and let's see what that handsome guy has to say at the beach. Right, let's see. Hey, welcome back. Fantastic to see you all again. Finally, I'm back in the blogging style. I've been very busy for the past month or so doing other projects, and I came down the beach, the local beach again. Finally, it's really nice to be outside, breathing this fresh air on the beach. I came down to my local beach today to test my new 17 to 35 lens, but the beach is, I don't recognize this beach. The whole sun is gone from what normally is. I don't know how the phenomenon name is. If anybody knows that, please let me know in the comments, because I don't know why there's no sun here. It's totally different. I had an idea and it's totally gone now, my idea. So I'm gonna have to improvise. So like I say here, today I'm gonna test the new 17-35mm lens that I bought from Tamron. As you know, in my last video I dropped my Nikon D750 into a lake and it broke the lens camera. I was able to fix it thanks to these guys right here. They are based on Glendale, Los Angeles area. So if you ever need some repair of your equipment, go check their website, this one. Check them out. They really helped me. Fast service, really good customer service. My camera is back ready to be used again. So that's the good news. The bad news was that the lens broke and popped up in two, so I had to replace it. And I bought the new, literally I bought the same lens, but it's the new style, the new model from Tamron. It's a 17 to 35. Like you probably saw at the beginning of this video, I introduced the lens and I show some of this quality. Today I'm here to test it out. But there's no sun. There's no sun like I thought they're gonna be, so I don't know what's happened. It's a really clear day, not a single cloud on the sky. It's very clear, typical fall Southern California day. So I don't know, I'm gonna stick around a little bit. It's like 40 minutes before sunset. I'm gonna stick out a little bit, and if doesn't work out like I have planned, I may do some long exposure and I'll post the picture at the end. Let's see. So here's the new lens on the Nikon D850. See if you can see me well. So one of the reasons why I love to use a wide angle lens when I do landscape photography is number one is because I can get really close to the ground, really close to my subject. Like I think it's 11 inches the closer I can go with this lens. So I can go really close and create some that dimension. Like I always say, I like to do that. That's why I love to do seascape photography with a 17-35 with a wide angle lens. It gives me more options to include more in my scene, and that's the number two reason why I love wide angles, because I can include more on the scene, can include more of the scene, more things that I'm missing, and being very low I can create little small objects that can appear to be larger and can create that photograph with foreground, midground and background, you know, like, and everything in focus if we want. Which I'm not that particular type of photographer. I don't like to have every single thing in focus. Normally we tend to sharpen everything more than they appear in real life. It's the same thing we do portrait. Everything looks to be too sharp, and actually I like to capture images like my eyes see, you know. Oh, big waves coming. I think I'm safe here where I am. So the number three reason is wide angle lenses are super lightweight and small, and they fit anywhere. You know, they don't take too much room. So that's what I like. At f8 are very sharp. So you don't need to go f16 on this. F8, f11 at the most are very sharp. So I'm gonna test it out today, see if I can capture the sun reflecting on that rock, the sea stack there is right there. This is called Corona del Mar. So I'll try to capture one image at least, and I've been scouting already, and there's not too much that I can do with this wide angle lens. Once again, the whole beach is gone, but I'm going to show you how I get really close, try to get some leading lines and take the viewer's eye to the main subject, which is the main rock on the ocean. All right, as you can see, that is right there my main star of the day, my main focus, and this is what I was talking about, all these leading lines that lead over there. Normally there's more water here. So what I like to do when I started is put the camera live in the boat and, you know, go really low and see what can take me, what lead my eye through the rock. So that's the number one. I get really low. First I use my cell phone to see if I can get anything, you know, photographable. Then, like I saw in my previous video, I don't know about my composition, I always carry that little cardboard as like a picture frame, and I scout for other composition that way, and then I pull out the camera and go looking for that. So I started with focus stacking just to have the photo, but I also did a photo with focus on my main subject and focus on the front subject. So now I'm gonna try to introduce a filter and see if I can reduce the brightness of the sky without losing any detail here in my foreground. I have to act quick. For this type of shot, I'm going to use just probably a polarizer, maybe. Maybe that's the only thing that I'm gonna use today. I don't know. Probably a soft edge graduated filter as well. You know, just to cut that glare. But because I have a rock, you know, it's kind of like it give me some ghosty sometimes, ghost around the rock. But let's try it out. We don't lose anything. The polarizer cut a few stops out of this composition, and it makes my background, my sky, a little darker. So that's what I'm only gonna use, and I hope you like this picture. I'm only have one chance, and that's what I'm doing. So sunset is gone, and I was able to get a nice shot. I think not one of my best, but what I end up doing is it's gonna be a composed image. So I'm gonna combine different focus stacking. Even if I said at the beginning of this video that's not my theme, but because today didn't come out like I expected, I thought there's gonna be a lot of water here. There's not too much, so that's why I'm going with a focus stacking. I took one photo for the foreground, one photo on my main subject right there, and then I'm gonna combine those images with some different shutter speed exposure for some water movement, you know. I was able to capture also a long exposure, 30-second long exposure with a 10-stop filter of just my main subject today, because I like that little pinkish thing. And I'm gonna come back tomorrow morning. I love these clear days that we're having here in Southern California, so I'm gonna come back tomorrow morning, see if I can capture that on the morning light. You know, remember, if you want to capture those pink and bluish color on the sky, which is the reflection of the earth on the atmosphere when the sun goes down, you have to be opposite of the sun. So the sun is going down right there, so the opposite side, like you see, is gonna have that pink color and blue color. That's why. Same thing happened on sunrise. If sun gonna be coming out some kind of here, this area on the east, so that means on the west, early in the morning, I'm gonna have some pink sky and some blue too, like the picture that you will see at the end of this video. I'm sorry, that I took this weekend in Big Sur. Okay, so I'm going back to the studio and finish this video. This is all for the beach today. I'm leaving before the water kicked me out. See you. And here are some images that I took the past weekend at Big Sur, and showing you the pink and blue sky on the early morning sunrise. And here's another long exposure, about 2 minutes, and you can see the pink. Here's my long exposure from yesterday, and here's the main picture. I hope you like it. And there you have it. I hope you like that image that I was able to create. It was a strange sensation because normally that beach, it has a lot of sand, and you know the water is more inland, and it gives me more dramatic shots. But you know, I don't know what happened to the sand. I think it must be the full moon. You know, all the sand, it was washed out from the coast, and it was all rocks. You know, so it was like a lot of walking to get to the water. Normally I'm more Normally I'm more closer to the shore than I was, but I think the image came out really good, and I use a different, like I said, I use a focus of an image to focus on the foreground, and then I use an image to focus on the background, on the main subject, the crown of the sea, Corona del Mar, that little rock formation there is in the ocean. And then what I did, I blend different exposure of the water motion to create the image that you just saw. And well, I hope you like this video, and if you like it, you know, just give a thumbs up and leave a comment if you know what's that phenomenon, why the sun is away and when it's planning to come back. And you know, and I hope everybody have a great day, and I'll see you soon with more videos from on location. So thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. See you. Ciao.